As we start our new topic today, topic 18 is all about graphing. And so today, our learning target or objective is you are going to locate information on a frequency table, and you are also going to gather and create survey results. Okay? So, how many of you have ever seen either of these? Did any of those look familiar? Have you ever read information off of them? So how can we display data that we collect by taking a survey? That's what our lesson today is on. And we're going to do some practical things. So I might take a survey to find out how many of my students have certain kinds of pets. A survey is a question, or it could be more than one question, and it gathers information, and that information is what we call the data. Now, when people surveyed represent larger groups, then we call that group a sample. For example, if I surveyed the whole school, that's one thing, but I'm going to take a sample of our school just by taking the results from my classroom. Why should questions in a survey be worded clearly? Well, we want to make sure that every person that's taking the survey understands exactly what they're being asked. So the question of this practice survey is, do you own a cat or a dog, a different kind of pet, or no pet? Survey results can be shown by a line plot. So we make the line, we list our options, and we put X's to show each response. Just by a quick look, you can tell which has the most and which has the least. How would you answer the question if you owned both a cat and a dog? Well, you would have to then put two X's, one by the cat and one by the dog. What if it was a question where there was nothing that you could possibly choose? Caden? Then, okay, if there isn't an other option, what if there isn't an other option? What if I had 4 pets here and you don't have any pets at all? Then Cole? But what if I didn't have that? What if I listed 4 animals? Then what? Then don't put an X anywhere. So a frequency table takes that information from our line plot and it shows how, it counts up how many times each response happened. Can you make generalizations about the people surveyed and the pets that they own based on this information? Sure. So out of the people surveyed, we can tell that more people owned a dog than any other pet. A survey is a method for gathering data. We can display that data in a survey with a line plot or with a frequency table. We're going to stick to frequency tables for most of the options we're doing today. So the first thing that we're going to do is just a little bit of practice, and then I'm going to have you take some actual surveys for me that I've made up. The results of a survey showed that 10 students prefer country music, 16 prefer jazz, and 14 prefer pop. So what do you think the survey question was that brought this information out? What would have been the question? Aiden, stay with me. Aaron P. What is your favorite type of music? Now, one of my students argued that it should be D. What is your opinion of music? Well, if I asked you what is your opinion of music, you might not answer those 3 things. You might say, I hate it, or I can't live without it. That's your opinion. One thing we need to be careful of is when we're asking survey questions, they are typically, most of the time, opinion questions. For example, what is your favorite? Or what do you like the most? But it also can be factual, like what do you have the most of? Which of these statements is a fact? Remember, a fact is something we can prove. It is not just something you think. Will? a good score on a quiz is important. Well, your mom and dad probably tell you that is a fact, but the truth is, that is only an opinion. We want something you can prove. What's something we can prove? Darius, what do you think? There's 10 questions on the quiz. Can we prove that by actually checking it? You're right. A is the one. So if Sam took this survey and he recorded his results in the line plot below, this is the question he asked. How many siblings do you have? My question is, how many people responded to this survey? Cole? How did you know that? That's it. That's all you do. You count up all the X's. If you want to know how many people total responded, just count them up. Now you could count X by X by X, or you could count 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 3. Okay. So Kayla took a survey of the numbers of different types of apples people could name. So she recorded her results in this line plot. What question could we answer by looking at this line plot? 3 of them we can't answer by looking up above. 1 of them we can. Sam? Which apple was named the most? Well, where do you see the names of the apples up there? Aiden? How many people were able to name 4 different kinds of apples? Can we look up there and answer that question? What's the answer to it, Aiden? How many people could name 4 different kinds of apples? Five people. Do you think you could name 4 different kinds of apples? You do? That might be tough. Some people just call them apples, but there are names for apples like Red Delicious and Granny Smith, Brayburn. Yeah, well, green and red I don't think are names of apples, dear. So the other 3 of these we can't look up and find information. Last question. Pam took a survey and she recorded the results in a frequency table below. Which type of berry was the favorite for the most people? Eileen? Raspberry. There we go. All right, are you guys ready to do some practical ones, some real ones? Okay. Okay, so I've created a survey that you're all going to take. And my question, I put the title at the top, but my question I'm going to ask to you, what kinds of pets do you own? So when you come up, you are going to put an X by the ones that you own. Okay? So I'm going to pause it now, and I'm going to first I'm going to ask the girls to come up, and then the boys, and then we'll talk about our results. I have now gathered my survey results. I could certainly put it into a frequency table. I could have all the names of the animals over here and all the numbers over here. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to ask you questions based on the information you can see. Okay? My first question. Based on the survey results from this sample, what was the most popular kind of pet owned by our class? Aaron Lingen? Cats. How many more people owned goldfish than hamsters? Sarah? Tell me how you found that answer.
3.
Tell me. That's okay. Well, that still wouldn't be the right answer, but tell me how you found the answer.
I took the 4 from goldfish and subtracted 1 from there.
That's right. That's how we find the difference, right? How many more people liked cats than horses? Dathan,
14.
what did you do?
Well, I counted off the cat, and I had 17, and then I took away 3 from
17 minus 3. Good work. Now, now my next question's this. Why do you think that hamsters are such an unpopular pet? Alan?
because hamsters, they only live a few years.
Okay. Alan thinks that people choose hamsters to purchase the least because they don't live as long. Lifespan is short. Aaron P? They're hard to take care of. She knows because she's the only X up there. Aiden? They smell. America? Because of their size? Okay. Now, let me ask you another opinion question. Why do you think that people overwhelmingly choose dogs and cats for their pets? Why do people overwhelmingly do that? Eileen? Okay, that could be. Why else do you think people overwhelmingly pick dogs and cats? Will?
They show more affection.
Oh, could that have something to do with it? Again, just our opinion. Remember, these are just opinions. I'll take one more opinion. Caden? I've never seen a cat help with our chores at home. Oh, the only thing our cats do is they help us keep down the mouse population. Yeah. Okay, so I have another survey question to ask you. Everybody gets to answer the following question as well. What is your favorite season? Survey is completed, and these are our results. My first question. What is the most popular season of kids in our class? Natasha? Spring. What is the least popular of kids in our class? Aiden? Fall. Now, quick review question. What is the ratio of winter to all? What is the ratio of winter to all people? Emma? 4 to 20. She says she's right. Could we simplify 4 to 20? How did you get the 20, Emma? Can you tell the kids how you got 20? That's right. She just counted all the X's or added, excuse me, in this case, 8 plus 1 plus 4 plus 7, and it's 20. How could we simplify 4 to 20? Be careful. America? We could divide by 4, which would be 1 to 5. The ratio of people who like winter to all of us is 1 to 5. Okay.